you know, a Lego stack, and you have to shuffle everything around. So instead of having just 6 or 7 piles, it's easier to put a name on all of them.
Click on collate.
Yes.
It'll pre-make your stacks.
You see, it does that, but like when you're like collating, you know, certain reports, that's great until it's not.
I think it's something simple, isn't it? Like that.
It's all kinds of stuff. Dear God, I hope not.
I hope not too, because I got crap strung on over the porch.
That sounds like a problem for Amanda.
Oh God, no. I don't ever touching my stuff.
That's where
I'll
I'm
never
at.
find any of
Yeah,
it.
that's where I'm at with it. Like, don't organize my
No.
things. Don't touch my stuff.
Oh, let me tell you, the day I moved in and TJ saw me move in with a label maker, he was just like, oh God. And I'm like, yep.
No, I had one of the, last year I had, a couple of years ago, I bought one of the little short, angled head weed eaters. And it worked fine for 2 or 3 years. And last year I went to use it. And 5 minutes into it, it started coming all over the house. I started messing with it. And the more I messed with it, the worse it got. So I started trying to clean it, replug and all that stuff. I feel very.
Got your eyes dotted and
Changed
T's
a few-
crossed.
Yeah, man. I just didn't realize I was hanging out with Hollywood Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole Hulk Hogan mustache thing happened.
And I didn't like it
I
anyway,
tried
because
that,
it's hard to get
like,
under stuff. 'cause
so
it's
every time I let it grow out real long and then I'll cut it all off. Well, before I cut it all off, I always
Yeah.
go around with a couple
Long
of
ones,
you
yeah.
know. The wife was basically like, you either
And I
keep the
use it
mustache
for
and the
this
goatee or the full beard or nothing. And I'm like, okay.
And I've used
Because I
it.
tried the handlebar one time, I did just a smash right through the middle of the goatee, left it long on each side. She was like,
I did this at 11:30 last night with an air trimmer.
yeah, and she was like, no. She
Is
just
I
told
don't
me,
find
you're not
the
allowed to do
filter,
that anymore.
Of course.
I'm like, man.
So,
Because like I cannot grow it in right here.
Change
So
fuel
I've always
line,
wanted to do
check
the full,
clothes,
you know, the
you
full
know,
Hogan. I
all
don't have the face for it, man.
could not figure out what was going on with it. Started messing.
So I was cleaning up my computer.
And it looked like the fuel line where the pickup was.
And I found this
was
picture.
On the inside, so I went and got another fuel line, changed fuel line, put all the stuff there, put a new filter on it. Had it running.
Oh, good Lord.
Going back
Walked
to
out my
classics,
driveway,
huh?
pulled the trigger.
Yeah, so that was me 20 years ago. In February.
So I wasted
And you're like,
And
4
I
hours.
saw that and I
Five
sent it to a
hours.
couple people and a friend of mine's like,
piddling with this thing.
you should do that.
bring it back, bring it back.
But I had the forethought,
Cause I couldn't grow
last
it
ditch
right
effort.
here.
I bought
Yeah,
one of
that's
the
right, like, it
clean
doesn't-
And so-
little Buyer ones. So
When
could
I
just
had
do
the whole thing, I was like, well, shit.
minuscule stuff.
Yeah, let's clean it up.
Not real powerful.
But yeah, I've got
And
it.
then I've got a big one that I can.
Hunter-
do the rest of
I was FaceTiming with Hunter earlier today and
it.
it
My
dawned
whole day
on him.
started that way.
Hey, what?
Some days are like that.
I was like, what did you
Is she
do?
planning on popping in?
That looks cool, man. It's like, it looks cool, man.
I did that, I've got a,
I asked her.
Hey,
I've got a.
did it all go through okay?
Yeah, you're good. You're good, apply and zero it up.
And I hadn't used it since last
I
year.
know, right?
That is, well, it's,
And the last time I used it.
Well, that's
the
like, mine was up to like $600. I was
frozen
making my
split
payments
was
for
leaking
PayPal,
and
and
whatever, so I
I
changed
finally
it.
got in there, because John kept telling me, I'm gonna get it done, I'm gonna get it done. And I finally got in there and saw
Drug it out
was
last
like,
night,
man,
charged the battery up on the
it's-
filter tank.
You get one of them in the mail,
I'm gonna
you're
use it
just,
this morning. As soon as power hit that pump.
is it okay if mom just uses my dumpster?
And I'm like, oh my God.
yeah,
what's
that's
going on?
entirely up to you.
This, I'm gonna have to
Okay.
change this motor on.
Is
Is
it
it
okay
okay with like a
if
city
I start
thing?
using his dumpster?
That's up to him.
That's okay.
So it turned out it was
Well,
just
if
a
you
loose
wanna,
thing.
if you
So
wanna
I got
up
the
the
fitting.
size of it,
But I spent 20
Give me a
minutes
call.
looking for a stupid
because I
screwdriver.
don't know if you have the biggest one
Fix
or
the
not.
fitting.
No, I think it's.
Yep.
Got that.
Because they have a 4-yard
But
as
I'm like,
well.
okay,
Oh, good
now
God,
I'll use the weed eater, and I started
Okay.
having issues with the weed eater.
That boy would find more shit than everybody else in the
So I'm
town.
just stumbling around like,
Yeah.
why is it
People use
everything
it.
I do
Yeah.
has to have something in the middle
Well,
of it?
I
They're
thought about
first.
getting one at my place, but then I was like, man, I don't know where I.
Since I finally got hot and tired.
You know what I mean?
needed to
Being
feel
right there
like-
where I'm at, and where the
I guess I'm
driveway
going to
is, and then it's
Stillwater.
like mailboxes and then stop sign, and I'm like,
And then I
Thought
got
I
back,
had
I
enough
just went
crushed
back, put
concrete
that together, and we
in
around
his
the
hole
end of the driveway, and then come here.
To where he's not letting, cause right
I
when he
didn't even
pulls
have
in
time to
and
put
picks
my
it
stuff
up right there at the, by the telephone pole, had a rut that deep.
Yeah.
And is the arrow one?
Yeah, I turned it down to.
Okay, you did.
probably 68 or 69.
And,
It's cool. but
it's
it doesn't
finally,
feel like
you know,
it's
finally
moving.
packing in there, and it's working good where he
Probably
doesn't make a
about
rut.
the time we get going with it.
Well, and a truck that heavy doesn't have a lot of business being on some of the roads that they end up having to be on, you know?
Yeah,
You know, it's like, it's not surprising that that
That's what
happens.
I did dig for Amanda this week. and
It's
so-
like my driveway's got a big load of divot in it too, and like I need a bunch of fill gravel, but I don't wanna commit to a whole load of it.
I say it's
You know what I mean? Just to fill a spot like that, but I'm also not gonna go buy bags of gravel either,
Hey,
cause
no,
that's where
that's
they get you
$100.
coming and going.
mhm.
Especially when you know what a load of gravel costs, you're charging, what, $12 a bag? It's like, no.
There's a guy right behind Dollar General, there on 177.
You talking about M&K excavation?
You
Yeah.
might ask him what he would just, to throw you some in the back of your truck.
Alright, cool. Yeah, actually, I know
Cause
him.
his only, it was 450 delivered, a whole 14 tons.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
So I would just holler at him and say, hey, I don't need a whole lot. What would you charge us to fill the back of my truck up?
Okay,
Well,
cool.
the last I bought was under $20 a
So, I mean, he may just,
Yeah.
might be enough for some cold beer.
ton. I think actually when
Yes.
Stuart was, it was $10.
Well, and I know that old boy, and I know some people, some names to drop that I might give him a little better deal too.
Yeah.
Trailer, dump trailer. And that was 10 tons.
You know Cody Penny?
No, don't know that one.
Like I say, call Cody Penny. I mean, hell, he keeps it right there at his house. And he's got stockpiles of all sorts of different stuff just right there at his house. He's got a little skid steer that I've seen him go around and load people up, just to, cause not everybody needs a whole 10, 14.
Is this your guys' budget?
It's, yeah, but essentially, it kinda explains the questions that you were asking me.
Okay. When is your summer program start?
July 1st.
There's no way I'm gonna have those dinosaurs printed. I'm still waiting on a new print head.
I don't know.
I ended up with the blob of death.
They used to.
3D printer, so.
Yeah, bummer.
They just go in there and
No.
whatever.
Which
pot
Ender is
size
really
pot
great with
in
getting
there,
replacement
like
parts,
$25.
but they come from China.
Well, that's what my husband's is in Ender too.
Yep, so, yeah, anytime you try
Cause
to
they,
get anything, you have to wait for customs and
Yeah,
everything.
that's what we're waiting on too.
Better hope it's not Chinese New Year, because that always slows it down
Oh, it is,
too.
honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Mhm. So my last job, we actually, the people who did all the production in the back of like all the like infant tags and stuff like that, because of the parts coming from China, we just made it so Chinese New Year, that whole week, that was just our inventory week.
Yeah,
'Cause-
and you're not getting anything.
Yep.
I did a little 5x trailer, I had some of that.
All right.
He's poured it in there.
All right, it is 6 o'clock.
I don't know what kind of beef they got under that thing that takes 2 scoops to eat the spot.
Hey, it'll be all right. So Bobby's not on the ground yet.
Yeah, I stuck my hand between the
All right.
and the tire.
It is 6
I'm
o'clock.
like, when it hits my hand, it gets stuck.
We are at the First Baptist Church on 122 North First Street in Tryon, Oklahoma on the 16th of June, 2026. With a special meeting, I call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Nathan here.
Sean here.
Heather here.
Jenna here. Consideration action on consent agenda. 3.1, approval of the minutes. 3.1.1, March 10, 2026. 3.1.2, April 7, 2026. And 3.1.3, May 5th of 2026. So 3.1.1, March. I did notice there was one error in here. On page 2, section 6, subsection C, the second one, Nathan volunteered as primary processor with, it says with Richard as an alternate until his resignation.
Yeah, that was, you were the alternate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, so.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, the March 10th one is the one that we didn't have, notes.
Mhm.
You sent me this to get like the transcript. I was gonna do the transcript, but the transcript was all messed up.
Okay.
So this is just a transcript summary. I noted what I could, that was off my notes, but the recorder was messed up. I think the camera was messed up as well.
The camera, the video should be,
I think there was no sound.
I'll have to check when I get home. It should be. But that was all I noticed in March.
This is probably as good as the March stuff we don't get.
Do you not have it on the YouTube? Did you check that?
No, I didn't mess with YouTube, I got it out of the MP4 thing.
Yeah, I was able to extract the audio out of the town's camera one and then submit that over.
Oh.
Am I missing April 7th?
It should be April 7th, maybe then.
Like I said, I got it right here.
So then I make a correction. The previous comment I noted was on April 7th. I was looking at the wrong one.
What was it, 6?
Section 6, subsection C, line, or bullet 2.
And how I pull these on, and how, this is the, why it's so long as well, this is utility and county.
Okay.
Typically, we'll be getting these a few days before the meeting.
The same day you get your markets.
Yeah, I don't like feeling like we're rushing through.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions on March's minutes?
No.
All right, 3.1.1, March 10th, 2026. What are we gonna do with it?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
I wasn't technically on the board.
Okay, Jenny, yes.
Yeah, so I had to.
If you want to abstain.
Yeah,
then.
I'm gonna abstain, 'cause
All right, April 7th, 2026, 3.1.2. Again, page 2 is where we changed where Richard being the alternate.
Can we approve it like we did the other day with the financials with the correction of the name?
Let's see if we have any other questions. I'm not going down, sorry about that.
Where do you see that?
That's the page 2. On
Page
April
2,
7th.
section 6, subsection C, second bullet point. Should start with Nathan agreeing to be the primary.
Oh, I got you. That was,
I think I did have that.
Do any of that.
Yeah, we need to, I'm still trying to fix Joe's fingerprint again. So they sent me instructions, and then I've also asked them at the same time what we need to do about.
Wash his hands.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like,
Do you think so might be because the scarring on his hand too? I'm just thinking.
No, it'll read all that, regardless of the scarring, it uses 1,000 points. But, if he has any oils
Yeah.
or any chemicals or anything, so he needs to use,
Well, he's used alcohol wipes to like
right,
wipe off his.
he needs to use the hand cleaner and like brush and scrub in, and then use the alcohol and clean the touchy screen
Yeah.
at the same time.
I told him to use a pinky instead of the.
I was gonna ask if you can use an alternate finger.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can use
you
any
can use
finger you
one.
want, yeah.
We're trying to set them up
Theoretically,
too
you
with
can
that,
actually
because they
set
can
up
get batch
online,
numbers,
but-
they should be able to type them up for some reason, it's not working for us.
Actually, as big as his hands are,
They do that right.
that might be, he got some big hands.
All right, so any other questions or comments on April 7th minutes?
And I feel like it's a little rushed, but yeah, it needs to be involved.
What do you want to do with it then?
I would like to spend more time making sure, so this is, we got 4, 3 or 4, 3.
3?
Yeah, I say we table, for April 7th meetings to have a little time to review properly.
Is that a motion?
Yes, I make a motion to table April 7th, regular meeting minutes.
Do we have a second?
I guess I have more of a question, if you don't want, if it's okay.
No.
Well, I'm just trying to understand, so basically you're just wanting to correlate this to whatever the audio and basically just summarize everything up with what you guys talked about, right?
Yeah, so what she does is she takes the audio from the meetings and she has an AI membership that's made for this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And then she uploads it and then it kind of puts it into this kind of text format and then goes through and just, in theory, catches all the mistakes.
Or makes.
And, yeah, I go through, try to clear it up as best as I can with the motion on there.
And what are our issues with it?
Just time to read it, like we just got it right before the meeting.
So the motion is to table them to allow us more time to review them. Okay? Sean?
I'll agree. Yes.
Jenny, yes, I don't see any harm in making sure people don't have questions on it.
Now, next time we're gonna take this on our next agenda, which I'm assuming is next Tuesday. I'm
Yeah,
not
they-
gonna make copies of those, so please keep them in your folder.
Okay.
That's kind of why I kind of sounded a little hesitant, it's like, I'd like to get them done
Yeah.
and get them
Yeah.
off the table, but I'm not gonna.
Well, if we're gonna do it next.
Well,
next
right, that's what I'm
month,
saying, I'm not gonna
yeah.
quibble over, you know,
Yeah, I would like to have.
accuracy, it's just, I'd like to get these out of the way and move on to something else that we.
Well, I'd like to have all this stuff that we tabled finalized and accurate by the end of the fiscal year, is kind of my goal, so,
Right.
which would be the end of the month, so.
Right,
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
I guess I didn't think about it like we do, I thought it was just gonna be a public hearing next week.
There's gonna be a meeting too, isn't there?
I didn't realize that, cause I won't be able to make it.
All right, so 3.1.3, May 5th, 2026. Does anybody see any issues with this?
Yeah, I'll make sure I'm looking at the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows, I've never done that. When did we get John Fox's 2-week notice? I don't see that in April, and I didn't see it in May.
What is it? I remember typing.
Would it be on April 21st?
No, because his last day was the 24th or 25th of April. And so the 21st is when we hired you. I thought he gave us his notice on April 7th. But I didn't see it there either.
Jenna, the only thing that I see on May, and I know I was appointed, but I really wasn't on the board, but, in action item number 7, miscellaneous, I don't think that Elton's name is Elmore. Second to last page under action items, number 7, first bullet point, prepare letter regarding Elmore's well property and arrange for the new mayor to sign it.
You said May 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think that should say Elton Moore, but
Oh, yep, I see, there's 2 7s. Got it.
all the action items.
Yep.
other than that, I was here for the whole meeting, so everything looks.
What do we want to do with the minutes for May 5th, 2026?
Can we just make that correction and approve it, but just knowing we're gonna change that spelling to Elton Moore?
If that's, are you making a motion to do that?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve it, which is making the changes issued.
The name correction.
Yeah.
So we have a motion to accept the May's minutes pending correction of Elton Moore's name. Do we have a second?
I'm not going to say it's just the difference between time.
Is that
Say that again?
So I'm not going to say the difference. She can get her the next week.
Yes.
Tell me that, really?
All right. Section 4, approval of monthly financial reports. 4.1.1, December 2025, tabled from February 10th. 4.1.2, January 26th, tabled from February 10th, 2026. If those fit.
Because nobody else wanted to do it, huh? I thought it was terrible news. I can't believe that.
So just to recap, if I remember correctly, the December one, we had to add the chat GPT, and there was a question about an out-of-order check to Braden Heating and Air. Is that all we had for December?
What about the co-op? There's something about a missing check, or am I thinking January's?
Are you thinking for the Lincoln, or the Lincoln County Farm Center?
Yes.
That was the utilities.
That's utilities.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're not there yet.
Okay. So that check is not on here anymore. What did we find out with that?
The check was actually the check we changed that to the check because the routine there for some reason it was made back in October. It was exact, it was like duplicate and all that. But the injury for some reason it was pulling off to reports, so we cleared it up. The $20 that was on the financials was actually the check.
I think, what was it that we found that the check actually cleared in December?
Yeah.
So when you guys were rebuilding everything, we suspected that's how it got back on the debt report.
I wanna see where the chat GPT is on the ACH.
Yep. Do we have any other questions or concerns on December's financials?
I know.
I'm missing check ending in 364. Oh, no, that was
So motion to accept the December 2025 monthly financial reports.
Joe Line check. What's that?
Say what?
Check number 17361.
What is,
December. 17361.
I don't see one on December for that.
I
Yeah, that
see
should've
it
been in
in,
January.
I see it in January.
And I'm also looking back at claims from December, from the meeting, from the last meeting.
The claims that were billed, those are the corrected claims. The 361.
Okay. So they're from December's now from January's.
I think
Thank
that
you.
was one that was on both of them originally.
Or that we're supposed to be switched to ACHs.
That is seconds.
Okay.
Sean, yes.
Jenna, yes. 4.1.2, January 2026 financial reports tabled from February 10th, 2026.
The citation unit? Is that double citation unit?
Yep.
They're all.
Did everyone hear that?
What's that? I'm sorry.
The issue that we tabled January for was there was a duplicate deposit for the citation on January 9th. If you remember 2 lines above what's there now, there was one that
Yeah.
just said,
I remember that now.
When I looked at it, it looked like I had started doing it, and then while I got called off or kind of exit out of it or whatever, so I just
or fathered by Spencer, one of
Yeah,
the
probably.
three.
One of them, yeah, for sure.
So what?
correct.
Okay.
The two are related, but we'll get to those next.
That's why my brain cramped. Can't imagine what that is.
No, not at all. So I have no questions. Do we have any questions or concerns? What do we want to do with January 2026?
Motion to accept January 2026 financials.
yes. So then the good news is all of our financial reports, not necessarily the claims, but the financial reports that have been tabled have now been corrected, reviewed, and accepted. All right, section 5, approval of monthly claims, 5.1.1, December 2025, tabled for February 10th, 2026. 5.1.3. Okay. Do we need a motion then to correct the numbering on this agenda?
Oops.
What's that new man?
We want to correct that numbering?
Well, maybe we probably should.
Make a motion to correct 5.1.3, 5.1.2, 5.1.4, and 5.1.3.
I'll say.
Sean, yes.
Jenna, yes. All right, so then section 5, approval monthly claims, 5.1.1, December 2025, tabled from February 10th, 2026, 5.1.2, February of 2026, and 5.1.3, March of 2026.
Did you ever find out if we take some money leaves?
Not yet, I've got them over.
I think because we're pretty much double.
Yeah.
On December, the problem was,
Someone not get their December.
on December, the problem was on the second page. From the transfer withdrawal down to the Dollar Tree, it's supposed to be ACHs, and the Dollar Tree is supposed to be credit card, they have check numbers on there, so it's incorrect.
I ended up with 2 Decembers, I was disappointed.
No, we could, no.
The only one's good.
Makes me happy having more than just me looking at the spelling.
Not that I'm gonna catch them all, but.
Yep, no, that's great. All right, do we have any questions on December 2025 financial claim?
Yeah.
I do not.
I make a motion, we accept December 2025 monthly claim.
I'll second it.
Nathan, yes.
Jenna, yes. 5.1.2, February 2026.
I think plumbing was the correction on
Mhm.
February, had 2 Ps on it.
Yep. I think one of them was missing an L.
No, just
Was it just the P? Remind me again what OK one call is for the utility?
It's a OK 811.
Is that the OK location?
Mhm.
Okay, and then he paid you back for those? Okay.
That was a free service.
Nope.
Not for us, it's not.
No.
It is for the consumer, but.
Someone's gotta pay for it.
Yeah. And then they would have them using their services to essentially call the respective utilities to make them go to the locate. But yeah, there's a due cost to that.
Makes sense, I guess.
Any other questions on February?
Nope. I'll make a motion to accept and approve claims for February 2026.
Other seconds?
Nathan, yes.
Jenny, yes. 5.1.3, March of 2026.
This just wasn't compacted last time.
We didn't get the numbers.
Do we have the financials for March to compare them to?
That we already was approved, so I didn't have it on.
There are a lot of
The
OT
numbers,
meetings.
this is useless.
Yeah, since we paid the meeting in the morning.
Okay. So each one of those is a separate building?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then you paid you back half of those?
Yes.
And they're just trying to close out the quarter.
Yeah.
What is the Centranet charge for?
Like 6 months.
That is for
Oh, that's what they're doing.
our utilities as well.
Huh?
For,
Everything I think's behind.
Everything's,
Behind.
yeah. Well,
Is that
yeah.
Centranet cable?
They're trying to get it.
Centranet would
their fiber optic internet?
I think Centranet would be CRAC.
That's why maybe one reason why we didn't get right on.
I think those phone
Yeah, because Centranet is their data, CREC's
They're
data.
trying to get them
Yes.
tonight. And get them cleared out.
Bob Deacon's kind
Gives them out their desk.
I need a budget or any
Oh, I got you.
silence, yeah. And then there's-
Don't question it too loud, it'll break the internet.
I know, I know. Or they tell me they don't cash mine, or they did cash mine, or whatever, and then.
So we don't remember what the Centranet charge
Oh,
is
yeah, we
for?
found it.
That's for the electric, was fictional.
I brought it back to you.
Okay, so then should that then be changed to CREC?
That's just what's on the bill, like when I paid it, that's what.
Yeah, they have
was on
one
the
around
receipt, so I just kept it the
Okay.
same. Just for paper reports.
Like the other.
I think that should be illegal. Not being able to pay in cash, not being able to pay for the credit card thing. So,
Normally it would say CREC
It
for
would be
being
legal
checked out.
down, not
send it to
to-
them.
I
So
suppose
I don't like
they're
a lot of this-
well, that's what I do.
Yes.
No, if we can save money from writing checks by doing it online, I'm all for that.
Yeah, that's just how they classify it.
Okay.
And that's also regulated as well.
Banking regulations changing anyway right now.
Okay, any questions or concerns on March
No
2026?
regulations.
Nope.
Yeah, I keep getting these things in the mail
I'll
where
make a motion to approve claims
Shut
for
it down.
March 2026.
I'm having to open up another, you know?
Really?
Yes.
Jenny, yes.
Yeah. I looked at
So then
Colorado.
again, all of our monthly financial claims that had been tabled have now been corrected, reviewed, and accepted.
Google says Centranet is CREC.
I don't know what it
Good, that's who we have, that's why I was wondering.
Well, right now it's
Because I know when we moved, we're getting that free internet, so I was like, why are we paying for that? Right, so, all right, section 6, discussion, consideration, and action on fiscal year 2026-2027 budgets.
The yellow highlights it's on there for just for the.
is.
That's the salary.
Last meeting. I added the auto, fuel, general, and then the code enforcement.
And the gas,
Yeah, the fuel for it.
so last month, or last meeting.
This one's got all the little tweaks we made.
The use taxes where we get a small percentage of each package that they deliver. Is that a different,
That's a different.
so we might, not all the time within that, within that people are shipping lately. I think we can get a percentage off of that shipment.
So So use tax is for out-of-state purchases of tangible personal property, digital goods and services that are stored, used, or consumed in the state. Yes, so if you make an out-of-state purchase and you're not charged sales tax or use tax, then you would report and pay it when filing your personal income tax. So yeah, so if you order online and they don't include that sales tax, then I would imagine it would be there. Yeah. In which case, 23,000 for the use tax, I bet 3/4 that goes to my house.
I don't know, quite a few living in my house.
What's worse, I was just given a limit on my monthly Amazon purchases. Okay, so I had a question here. So I drew a second tab on the spreadsheet, and I went through all of the numbers add up and everything. I'm coming up with a net income of 11,284 after everything. Well, okay, so a remaining cushion, shall we say, of 11,000.
You're speaking, you mean the fund balance ending? And that number?
That was my question, is because our expenses total are $361,667, and our total revenues is $364,427. So I'm trying to figure out how I got that 11,000 number.
I'd like to see a rundown on it.
3,000.
I mean, it's not like they do maintenance on the ditches or anything else. And the water tower's starting to go like this. And then my water bill didn't come in until way after the date. But they still get charged the $20 for being late. Well, I ain't paying it, but I got charged. They're gonna find that out pretty soon. That's a small budget. It is. My association is
Of our total expenses.
and it's only 18 units.
And the other expenses. Okay, so while we're here, I asked Jan Lee to be here with us. I know we had some questions last time about the library payroll and that going up to 2,000. So I was hoping you can fill us in on what's going on with that.
Okay, so the first things first is the library is only required 15 hours a week. That's just the size that we are, under 2,000 on page 5, it'll show you. Under 2,000, we only have to work 15 hours a week, 2 in the evening hours, that's it.
Is that in our current situation?
Yes, even in our current.
And when we move to the new building, it'll still be the same requirement?
It is the same requirements. However, the difference comes with maintenance of effort. So the first 4 pages of the packet I handed you is our annual report from 2024. So that would be from July 1st of 2023 to June 30th of 2024. That was when Amanda and I were both working there. And on the first page, the city funds that we got, that's what we got from the city for both mine and Amanda's salary is $20,956. On page 6.
And that was what year?
That was 2024. That would have been right
So our
before we.
2024-2025 budget, they only had 13,000 budgeted for that.
Correct, because that was just my salary because Amanda left in the middle of that year. Or towards the beginning of that year.
Okay.
We were given, an exception from the Oklahoma Department of Libraries because we were in a temporary situation and we didn't necessarily need 2 people, that we could lower our maintenance of effort with the idea that when we got back into the new building, we would be going back up to the same maintenance of effort that we had been maintaining, which was the 20,000. And we're not really allowed to drop below that maintenance of effort because that's the most important part for the library to get state funding. That's what page 5 and 6 are for, is we got an exception from them for being in a temporary location, but it was only for the temporary location. And we have to go back up to at least match what we were at before we moved to the location, the temporary building.
And that's the $20,000?
Yeah.
And it also says on the very last, this one's blue, so I'm not sure you painted out on that was blue. so-
It is, there,
Okay.
it's also. We had an exemption for being in the temporary building, but once we move back, they expect us to go back up to that original number. If we're going to keep getting state funding.
I'm a little frustrated here. We've had tons of reports from the library, and this is brand new to us when we're just trying to finalize a budget.
Yes, that is because I haven't started my annual stuff, and that's on me. I should have mentioned it when we were talking about budgeting, but I haven't started my annual reporting stuff yet, so it hadn't even crossed my mind. And we also, so this year, our reporting will be the same since it's for the past year. It'll still be that low number, but come around to next fall, that's what they'll be expecting, is the number to go back up since we'll be in the new building by then.
And then how did you come to the number of 20,956?
That is page 4. That is the librarian budget, and then at the time I was the assistant, and that was her salary and my salary combined.
Was it 20,000?
Yes.
Was any of that was great?
Not mine. It was back when it was with John. But essentially, the way that we did it back then was, I had $9 an hour, she was at 11, she took more hours than I did, but we evened out at 40 an hour, so we were working.
Okay, so the $20,000 a year was for a combined 40 hours a week from our library staff?
Yes, between the two of us.
So then, when you were given the job for the librarian, did they give you like a $1 raise then with that? Because if you said you were making $9 now, aren't you making 10?
She's making
I'm making
11.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
making what Amanda was making.
Okay, so then when you were hired, that got bumped from 9 to 11?
Yes.
Okay. Because if we're only open now, we only have 15 hours, the minimum, plus 2 hours in the evening to maintain that requirement, then in theory that an equivalent, how is it worded? Dang it, I saw that. What was it? And equivalent maintenance of effort would be 8,580, right? Because we're only paying for one of the two employees, and the library's only open for for a little bit over a third of the same hours.
I couldn't tell you the math on it.
Well, that is
I
the
know when
math
I
on
talked
it.
to ODL has told me that when we get back into the building, they talk to me
To look
periodically,
for
ask
you
us
folks
around
or
the
nothing.
building. They
I've
expect
read
us to go
everything
back
in
to
the
operating
library.
exactly how we
At
were
least
before.
Which would be 40 hours a week.
Really?
And it's probably around when they move.
Now, because when we were working together, the two of us, we weren't open 40 hours a week. We had some
Sure, they
overlap in our
could put all the
schedules. She
books
worked
on that
9
whole
to,
house
I think it
over
was
there, but-
4, and I worked 2 to 6 or something along those lines. So we
Right.
weren't open.
No, but
for
it
40
was
hours, but we
40
were
hours of
40
library
hours.
labor.
For a total of 23 actual open hours, right? Like,
Yeah, roughly.
okay.
You could live classed.
So therefore you have that with 17 overlap, something like that.
I think they probably need books every year for a certain amount.
I've seen you get lots of the books in there.
Or all.
So I will be honest with you, I don't know about I can't speak for all of us, but I have no idea what $10,000 is gonna
New
come from.
boxes of books come in.
And they won't get those stupid.
I guess it would be $8,000, wouldn't it be converting that
Romance novels
12,000
or
budgeted for?
whatever they are. I can't.
Remind me again what that capital outlay is. I know I ask every time and I apologize.
How I've been told or explained is like, they have us with the count out, that's for like our grants and stuff that we could be receiving. Like if we, once we apply for grants, that we've already budgeted into our budget. So if we get there, we don't have to do budget amendments. So it's like that's, Teresa can explain to you better than that, but that's how she wants it.
I don't know, they ain't telling them. We get more transparency.
But you push them
You know,
out.
one thing that has affected our budget is
Somewhat.
first lines.
I'm sorry.
But we can't-
But you know that we can't quotas and all that stuff, but that's where a huge chunk of our revenue went so different.
And we're gonna try and find 8,000 more.
I don't know where we can.
I don't know either.
Not people in the neighbors.
You know, wouldn't it be more like 6? Because our fund balance ending is 2760.
Yes.
Yep, so I'm looking at right now a surplus of $5,427. Not counting the 8,000 now that we might need to find for that.
So did you bring numbers or did you add something else?
I added something wrong. I forgot to include that capital outlay expense of 5,000. So I'm curious what that's for, because isn't the
The
one?
other expenses, that's for the churches, the 5/8, 58, 57.
Jeannie,
And
can you
that's
just
for
peek
the,
and make sure that's still,
I still haven't
could
done
make
all
all
of
rent
there
for the
was
church.
lately, it's not
Okay.
been right.
The
Just
church,
give
the
me-
meeting
Yes,
room.
yep.
I put it on this side, if no one else was here, I was gonna run over and look at it.
Do
It's still flashing, like it's recorded.
Oh, this side? No, yeah, it's still flashing.
Okay, thank you. Just gotta get Carolyn.
Put my big old mug in there. Ah!
That, like what you just said, that might be
Something we can consider.
Because once we move, those extra bills won't be the 58, 57.
Right, but how long are we gonna be there for?
So just to summarize, we need to try and figure out how to put 2,956 into the budget. Follow everything right, and then, right now we have 12,144. So that's 8,812 difference. Am I missing something?
Well, I guess then my question is if we have to pay the amount of money that we were paying before to the library, then are we going to be able to go back and get that 40 hours of library labor, have it be open 23 hours like it was before?
That was the intention, was always to go back to the hours that we were working before, once we got to the new building.
Okay, so my question is, with the other expenses and the 5,857, right, that I know is for the meeting room and all that stuff, if this does not go into effect until we move to the new building, wouldn't this money go away from the initial earmark for it? Like, it's like one hand washes the other, you see what I'm saying? So this doesn't go into effect with the library till we're in the new building. Well, this 5,857 would no longer be earmarked what it's earmarked for once we're in the new building.
Right, I guess what I would really like to see is a definition of maintenance of effort. I wish Stefan was here.
Can they call them?
That's what I was just wondering.
We're in a meeting.
Did he know we were gonna have a meeting?
Yeah, he sent me.
It should have been before.
Had his name in it.
Did you say we'd call him if we had questions? Okay.
I didn't do that.
I haven't seen him message either. Nathan's special.
Or
Well,
was
I
it-
thought it was kind of weird.
Was
that he
it
messaged
Jim
me.
telling you that he maybe? If Jim's not here. Yeah, so whether it doesn't have, this is the 15 on the second page.
Hey, Steph.
Oh, he
He
got
got
you.
me with it.
He got
Dang
you.
it.
I was sorry to do that. And they had it where we'd be like, hello, and you'd call him out, hello, like we couldn't hear you.
Mhm.
About 5 times in, he's like, I got you, I'm not hearing it.
Do we know from Asher when we're gonna be moving ready?
She just told me in 30 days.
Or what?
30 days, what he said the building would be done,
From when did you say that?
within the last week.
Yeah.
So we have another month to go yet? And he's doing that higher loft wall and everything?
Yeah, he sent a, as a counter, she wrote, right, we'll be back to do that part.
Yeah, we've got the change order ahead and
Just cut you.
should be rolling forward. Because
then how do we pay for rent until then?
Well, I'm saying we wouldn't have to come up with the money to pay the librarian or the library side till we're in the new building anyway, right? I mean, we're allowed to continue the way we're progressing currently until a location change is verified.
Right, but see, what we're looking at is we're looking at almost $6,000 in the other expenses category.
Right.
We can't just up and move it to.
No, I agree.
To payroll for the library.
Right.
So it's something we'd have to decide now, so we could earmark that money.
And this thing, there's an exemption from what I'm reading online. I do have a question on what they're considering, like previous years.
Yeah, that's
If we
page
go off like last
7.
year.
It's the last page.
Yeah, because it said it was a 3-year average.
So that the city or county's total income decreases, the library's budget can also be reduced, but right now more than the overall percentage drop in total income.
Let's go eat somewhere.
Yeah, I honestly think I would feel so much better if we had time for Stephanie to take a look at it.
Yeah, based on the 3-year rolling average. And then with the exemption they gave us, how does that play into it?
I don't
As far
know.
as the funding?
I'm not the person to ask for that. But if you use the last 3 years as the rolling average, we're looking at about 8,500. Oh, no, we're not. There we are. That's about 8,500. So again, I don't know how we're getting this $20,000 number, other than that's what we did. Because nowhere in the, say what?
I said I can call tomorrow
Yeah.
and get,
Because in 2024, 2025, they budgeted only 13,000. In 23, 24, they only budgeted 9,000. And 25, 26, we budgeted 8,500.
But it's not based off of the budget for the library, it's based off the total, like the town's income. That's what it's based off of.
I have to call and ask them that tomorrow. I'm not sure. Before you leave tonight, do you give me your contact? That would be your contact.
Oh.
I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do that then. Well, the very disappointing part is I spoke with an insurance broker this morning, and so if we have to bump that 5,000 to the library, then there's no way we can get you guys insurance. It just sucks up all the extra money that we have. So the 20,000,
Yes.
so then if that goes, so then with only one employee, if that goes up to 23 hours, it's gonna be roughly what? 13,000?
Yes.
Then where would the other 7,000 need to go?
That was what my salary was when I was an
Okay.
assistant, because there were 2 of us. So she got the 13 for being.
But we don't have an assistant.
Right, which is why we have to hire somebody to do that, specifically for the summer. That's the big part, is running a summer program by myself and wanting me to have 10, 15 children in the library by myself is,
We can request an exemption.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Because now then, we're gonna have to come up with 20,000 and and as a city, we're gonna have to hire an employee too.
Gotta get the new building first, it says based
That'd be
on
October.
decline in total revenue, we can request exemption.
Yeah, let's,
It's a whole new beast that
Do what?
For the whole beach that we didn't.
Yeah.
So before, didn't they like have grants and stuff that would pay for a helper for the library? Cause I know Sandy
But
did
that doesn't count as maintenance of effort for the town.
No, you can't,
Towards the
count
library.
in grants and stuff like that.
I could apply for a grant and get a helper, but that wouldn't count towards the money that the town has to provide for the library.
Okay, so my question is, with it is, so 23 hours per week, okay, at 23 hours a week for one person, does that put us in the realm of acceptability within their stuff?
That's what we need to find out.
Because if 23 hours is acceptable for them and at a wage of $11 an hour, by my math, that's only $13,156.
Yep.
And we're already budgeted.
That's why I asked
Yeah.
where the other 7,000
Yeah.
is gonna go.
Well, if we don't hire the helper, then that would be it. But are we not allowed to have volunteers to help with the library side for stuff like management of the summer program?
Oh, definitely we are.
So then why wouldn't that be an option?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying that there's not kids out there or people that wanna help, but I mean, some people just like to get out of the house.
But she's saying that won't work because of the,
The state requires a specific amount of funding from the town in
Right.
order for us to qualify for state aid,
So in order for them to give us their half of the money, we have to come up with our portion of the money.
essentially.
Got it.
If what the town normally gives us drops, they always will have questions for me. They have when I filled out last year's paperwork, but I told them, well, it's because we don't have an extra person because we're in a temporary location right now.
Yeah, so let's call ODL tomorrow, find out what we can on it.
Seems like find out something.
And we can hopefully point Stefan in the direction of the,
so I have another question though. So if they don't cover that, we're not gonna lose the library, we'll just lose funding.
We'll just lose funding,
Okay.
which means the only funding that the library gets is the $2,500 from the state. So if we lose that funding, we essentially lose the ability to
Okay,
buy
is
things
it
for the library.
quarterly, yearly?
No, it's yearly.
So it's yearly?
Yes.
So if we just lost the funding for 1 year while we're getting into the new building and all that, we could go back when they do a new budget, right?
Potentially, I'm not sure.
Does
it
that
would
take
be a
us-
lot harder to go back, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
I
than
would
to
think once
stay
you
on it.
lost it, they wouldn't wanna, it'd be more difficult to get it back.
I don't think with the library it'd be that difficult.
I will say, we really should have known about this long before now. Especially if you're gonna tell us that we have to hire another employee.
I was not the only one who knew about this either, though.
Well, we have to stay open more than just over 4 hours every day. At
Mhm.
23 hours, like I'm not, the hours just aren't happening.
Well, our hours would change in the new building. We'd be open more hours
So
once we get
then
over
wouldn't
there.
that mean your hours would go up? So then it'd be more than 23 a week?
No, because we're at 15 right now. We'll go
It goes
up to 23.
23 hours a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still
We're only
thinking,
so
they're
that
still
equal
thinking that's not enough.
That's 4.6 hours a day.
Right, but apparently they had some shift overlap, which
Right.
together equaled 8 hours a day. Even though the library was only open for like 4 hours a day.
But that's
Some
when we
days.
have a second employee.
Right.
Like, unless it's one person doing the bulk of that, but even then, you're still looking at close to that $20,000 money. You're looking at close to that $20,000 number, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's call tomorrow, the ODL, let's find out what we need. Let's get stuff pointed in the direction of the legalese with the maintenance of effort, and so we have the definitions of that exactly. And then we can talk about it next Tuesday. I will be very honest though, just my personal expectation is if we have to pay for 40 hours worth of labor, I really think that the library needs to be open more than 23 hours a week. I mean, it took 14 months to get you to type a new updated library report for us. When was the last time you changed out the books with Chandler?
With Chandler, it's been a while, but that's
Right.
because we keep ordering new books because.
Right, but you get what I'm saying. If we're doing this and we have to do it, then I personally would want to get value for the money that we are investing into the library.
We are changing out books though. It's just not from Chandler.
Okay.
Like, we're still cycling on the shelves. It's just that when we get new books in, I take old books off the shelf. They go to Chandler, but I don't get anything from Chandler
Okay.
because if we have new books coming in, there's no reason for me to bring stuff down when
Okay.
our shelves are already full.
Like I said, if this is what happened, just me personally, that would be what I would want to see. So it would be more hours and more activity. So, anything else on the budget for tonight for the town?
No more skeletons in the closet?
On the town side, we know about yours, Spencer.
There's just a couple of you, we haven't gotten my side yet.
Yep.
No skeletons, just a few carcasses.
Okay, so what do we want to do with this then? Because we need to have a public hearing, we need to have the budget posted before the public hearing. We need to vote to approve the budget before we can post it to have the public hearing.
We have to have the public hearing done by when, this is the 16th.
Well, there's, like, July 9th is when I have to have everything turned into the state, but I can also ask for an extension from them.
So then in theory, we could
You
meet.
might as well start the paperwork tonight.
Yeah.
Well, so in theory, we could come back to this next Tuesday on the 23rd, then have a public hearing on the 30th, and then we could we could actually finalize and approve the budget, worst case, by July 7th, which would give 2 days to file it with the state. Would that give you enough time?
Yeah.
So there, we do have time, just not a whole lot of it.
And I will be here next Tuesday.
Right.
Third, I'll be here.
Does that sound like a plan then?
It sounds about.
We need to
Yeah.
get some more data before we decide. Okay, so then,
Somebody's gotta sell a kidney, who's any of that?
hey, I already gave a leg. All right, I'm good. I'm
I
parked.
mean, I'll give them,
My
I'm
kids
not gonna
do.
get top dollar for
Hey,
it,
what?
sure.
Said my kid's too old, she's fixing her third.
Alright, then I make a motion, everybody,
So,
yeah, everybody, I make a motion to, budget.
One table.
To table it?
do we have a second?
I'll say.
Sean, yes.
Jenna, yes. All right, 7, adjournment.
I'll make a motion.
Oh.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I was waiting for Nathan to snipe you right
Heather,
there.
second.
Second, third, fourth.
So Nathan, yes then?
Sorry, Heather.
Nathan is the second.
You said it.
I seconded it a couple of times.
Yeah, I'll-
Okay, so then,
Sean made the motion, Nathan
so we have Nathan as a second, so then Heather, yes?
seconded.
uh,
Jenna, yes. This part is adjourned.
Leave it on your desk.
Yeah, just put on place, it was sick on the monitor.
There is an exception for
Oh, yeah.
this. You just can't undercut previous budgets.
Yep. To get a hold of the last 3 budgets that we actually submitted to the,
Yeah, then the folder.
yeah. Do I have an agenda for the utility
It's
side?
on my stand, the staple with
The
that.
back of it.
You know, didn't I do that exact thing last time? Pretty sure I did. All right. All right. Town of Tryon Board of Trustees, utility special meeting. We're at First Baptist Church on 122 North First Street in Tryon, Oklahoma. It is June 16, 2026. It is now 7:07 p.m. I call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Nathan
Sean here.
Heather here.
Consideration and action on consent agenda. 3.1, approval of the minutes. 3.1.1, March 10th. 3.1.2, April 7th. And 3.1.3, May 5th. That's all of 2026. Oh, okay. So those were in with the other minutes that we already approved.
Right, so March 10th approved, April 7th tabled, May 5th approved. Okay, we'll get there.
I don't see.
I was just curious, we're not there yet.
So John's letter of resignation was dated February 23rd or whatever, you said?
Yeah.
You sent out the email.
The minutes are all.
I can't remember what I was actually calling it.
Oh,
I
that's
saw that.
It wasn't on the,
It's like if it was one running meeting.
Gotcha.
so it wasn't on the agenda. John read it off. There was a section for like John's reports, and during that time he read it off. And then at that point we just accepted it right there.
I remember that acceptance. I
Yeah.
thought it was on there, it just.
Yep. I don't see it
I
though.
swear that I seen it. It's supposed to be real old, I couldn't find it.
Yep.
But I remember typing it.
Did we already approve March 10th? Or did we table March 10th?
March 10th was approved, 7th was tabled, 5th was approved.
Because we need to, there's a typo on the last page.
On this one.
March 10th, approval of new board member Heather Eagle. Needs to be equal.
Yeah, I think that was correct. March. And the last one. And the person that's on your report part of the business. See, because we did.
Yeah. I would like to wait to approve these until we can find out what's going on with that, with John's resignation. Definitely need to make sure that we get in the minutes that he read off his resignation letter and that it was accepted. For
I'll
legal
look at the
purposes.
actual, agendas too to see what was actually put on there.
Now, because there was a meeting, another meeting, a special meeting in the end of March. I know it wasn't that one because I wasn't here for that.
Yeah, that one actually got approved.
Yeah.
Technically, he didn't even really read it out.
No, he did. He had a letter and he read it out. And-
Did he?
Yep.
Because I remember we just pretty much just started discussing it.
Yeah, it was like March 21st, maybe that's why I see.
No, because I wasn't here for that. I was in Nebraska. And I remember him reading it off. So that's why I was thinking it was April. Yeah. So you guys okay with holding off on those till we find out what's going on with that? Yes. Okay. So then we would need a motion.
You want me to table all of them? I'll make a motion to table the minutes till we figure out the John Fox.
the,
Now, if for some reason it is on the March 21st meeting, do you wanna put something in there to where,
Cause I'm really positive it wouldn't have been. Cause like I said, I remember him reading it off, but I remember sitting here when he did it, and I was in Nebraska for the last half of March.
was it during executive session? Cause I don't remember him reading it off.
It may have been, but even then it should say when we came out of executive session. So,
yeah, we brought it up, no, he never actually read any of that, no, we just discussed it in executive and then mentioned it after the fact.
Okay.
That it was accepted, because that was what Jim, he basically verbatim repeated the letter
Okay,
to us, and then afterwards, Jim, that's what it was.
okay.
'Cause that's why it didn't sound right.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't- I remember Sandy's being read, I remember Richard reading his, but I don't remember, he just verbatim repeated it to us, you know, what's going on, he told us, and then we said he issued it and accepted it.
Okay, we still wanna get that in the minutes though, that way.
I'll still double check it.
So, alright, so we have an open motion from Sean to, table the minutes.
Heather, yes.
Jenny, yes.
And is that the only issue you guys see with all three of them?
I don't know.
Okay.
Other than the name corrections.
You remember when you sent your commentary about not being able to extend it?
That would have been April,
Cause that was before he was actually gone.
April 23rd is when he sent us, at like 5:30 was when he tried to send us that addendum to his 2-week notice that he was pulling it. And then the 24th was his last day. And that's when I talked to Stefan about whether or not that had
didn't help
happened.
narrow it down. Cause that was, I don't know, about a week. It might have been. No, okay, I don't.
Yep. All right, section 4, approval of monthly financial reports, December 2025, tabled from February 10th, 2026, and 4.1.2, April of 2026. These were the ones that you were thinking of, Sean, that had that Lincoln County Farm Center that just kind of seemed to vanish, that we couldn't track down. We found it.
Yeah.
That took some doing. So those lines that were on the claims report, those were in error. The financial reports were not. Apparently there was a check written in October for 3 different POs that equaled $111.50. In December, John then had listed that check again with only one of those 3 POs, and then in April, he listed that check again for a different amount, for one of the other amounts, with a second PO. But we went through, we were able to find the check with the bank and all of that, and determined that it wasn't even part of those months. It shouldn't even have been on there.
He basically wrote a check for 3 invoices instead of separating them out. 1 check, 3 invoices, but then in the claims was putting them in 3 separate places where none of it belonged. But the money showed up where it should be, and with the bank account correlating with the ledger and the month of October.
And then April, there was a question with 2 checks. There was 10358 and 10359. We found those blank checks in a folder in John's old stuff. So those checks were never written, which is why they weren't on the PO list. So, which reminds me, we need to make sure we actually paid Stefan for April.
Okay.
Because that's what the 10358 was on the ledger. So. Oh, yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
wow, it's not the word
I'm
for it.
95% sure that it did get to me because Stefan would have contacted me already, but.
I'm pretty
Triple
sure,
check,
I just
yeah.
wanna make sure.
Yeah.
So, it seems like, after spending people over, we found a history of things not, of vendors and contractors not being paid, and I just wanna make sure we break that habit.
Speaking of which, I got some stuff for you guys to sign.
So, alright, so, business at hand, 4.1.1, December 2025.
I'm not authorized to sign.
You can initial them.
Yeah, you can initial, that'd be fine.
It's so funny, so it goes.
Just, you know, X.
Just make it mark right out there.
Does anybody have any questions?
I don't.
Check number over on the financials to the claims, 10495.
You said 10495,
Yeah.
just that it's missing?
Lincoln County Farm.
Yep.
Am I missing something?
Are you looking at the new
Oh,
claims
you just
report?
said, I'm just looking at the old one.
Yep.
Okay. I need to put on your new and old.
Doesn't exist on your sheet.
Yep.
Because it shouldn't have been there in the.
That, and we just
Yeah.
talked about that.
Yeah, and the other
that's my
thing we
bad.
found too is that when our previous utility clerk
Yes.
would misprint a check, he would not include the line that it was voided, that our
So then
clerk
you
does
have-
and our new utility clerk I've noticed
Yeah.
does, so.
Okay. Sorry.
Do you have any questions, Heather?
I make a motion, we accept financials for December.
Some second.
Nathan, yeah.
Jenna, yes. 4.1.2, April 2026. No, March was approved.
Say this over here, I don't remember saying it.
Yep. So the issue with April was that check number 10538 and 10539, and then that Lincoln County Farm Center.
I included the March ledger because we have the March claims to approve.
Alright.
Can't have one without the other, so.
I mean, we can, right, Brittney?
Yeah.
You could.
I thought that was married.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, this is always married, man.
I mean, they say that you kind of become, someone you work with a lot kind of becomes like a spouse.
The hate's there.
The existential dread when you wake up. in
They
the
also
morning.
say you, the older we get, it starts to look like the dog.
Oh, I don't have a dog. Well, my dog's old and sleeps a lot, so that might be true.
Well, I'm already there. I guess the only thing I've got is check number 105, or 10545.
Mhm.
On the claims, it says stamps, but in the description on the ledger, it says there's nothing there.
The description on the ledger, were you in? Are you on April?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, it says USPS.
right.
yeah.
That's the United States Postal Service.
Right.
No, I meant the.
You're saying the description
In the
is one.
description,
Oh, I got you. That there's
I just
nothing
had-
there at all.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Spencer, I just had to.
Yeah, I know, I got you. Hey, I'll accept that one.
Yep.
I love how he says that like he has a choice.
Yeah, you know, I'll take that one.
I'm gonna have to bring the wet noodles. Let the lashing begin.
Okay, so what do we want to do with April? Do we have any other questions or concerns, or do we want to?
Make a motion, we accept April's financials.
I'll second.
Nathan, yes.
Jenna, yes. To Sean's point though, let's try to get more descriptions in the
Yeah.
ledgers, please and thank you. All right, section 5, approval of monthly claims, 5.1.1, November 2025, 5.1.2, March of 2026.
I
actually just wanted to clarify on the USPS stamps, that was entered on 4/16, he didn't start till 4/21.
Yeah, I'd like the record to show that was prior to my hire date, thank you.
On the minutes.
I want that on the minute.
It
on
might
the
have
minute.
been. If it would please the court, I would like to present.
Touche. My apologies. You do such a good job of proofreading.
I'm telling you, man, you know.
So how can I approve November's claims without November's, right?
Well, because November.
Using your own words against you.
No, but November was, because the only thing holding us back on November's claims was the word flanges.
Yep.
Which has been altered, changed, and spelled properly. I could have printed.
Sorry, I could help my notes.
I could have printed you a whole ledger, but I thought for the misspelling of the word flanges, I didn't really feel the paper was necessary.
I do not see claims reports for the utility side.
Okay, did you get that packet that had your name on it?
I got the packet that had both my name on it and somebody else's name on it.
That's a very important.
Didn't know which way to spell it, so.
Hey, he covered his bases.
Yeah.
Which one you want?
I'll probably do that to you, so it's more expensive than
I do spell it with this S. I do that like right at the beginning, like the first day. Oh.
One, Central State, the Center State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't got no center staples. I got center staples. Never mind.
It was under the budget, wasn't it?
Under the budget. No, that's great. I want that license plate. You know they won't let you personalize handicap plates. I was so sad.
Really?
Yeah, but you can always get a handmade front plate.
That's true.
I have one. It's my Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That totally is not in any way representative of any official vehicles. It's got the stylized eagle on the front of it, so go down the interstate down Kansas. You see a great SUV with tinted windows and an eagle on the front license plate.
Our little red car had to escort us for a while.
Okay, November 2025. Any questions or concerns?
I have to add in the ACH.
Say what?
The ACH we go last. And just keep it in ACH after the USDA loan.
On which one?
November.
Oh, on the USDA,
Yeah.
yeah. And the phalanges were changed to flanges.
Yes.
Any got questions?
We have a 2-foot water line. Or was that 2 feet worth of water line?
So I think it was 2 feet of water line.
Okay, that would make sense. I was just like, I'm pretty sure we don't have water lines. that
24-inch
big.
water line.
I wanna see it! We'll take our soda lines much better.
All right, what do we want to do with
I'll make a
November?
motion, we accept November's claim.
Okay,
Sean seconded.
Nathan,
Jenna, yes. Okay, 5.1.2, March 2026. This one, we have the word vacuum corrected. Yep. Questions or comments?
Everybody good? I make a motion we accept, March's claims.
Sean, second. Nathan, yes.
Jenny, yes. All right, all utility financial claims and monthly claims that were behind have now been corrected. I believe. So, good job getting those cleaned up. Consideration, action, and discussion on fiscal year 2026-2027 budget. It looks like, again, everything in yellow is what we edited last time.
What was added, yeah, like, OTA one we put on there, the text my God was added from last time, I believe. And then, yeah, you looking at that last line on the bottom right? Now I know, I
Now,
hear you.
keep in mind though, that the budget only has a $30 cushion, but we have 10 grand set aside for specifically water line repair.
Right.
And we have $5,000 set aside for equipment rental and repair. So instead of like last year where we just had a blanket surplus, this year it's actually being put to where it needs to go.
Right.
Be much more concerned if it was a red line.
Yeah.
I mean, it's close. I'm not saying there's a lot of wiggle room.
Now again,
It's about a 30 pack.
just because the money's budgeted doesn't mean we have to spend it, so.
Right.
And another place, I know it's a different location, but the auditor is on here for 10 grand.
And that should be
For both
5 grand.
sides. No. We
Oh,
put it
yeah.
in for 10, but if we can manage to get another payment, maybe before the end of this month, that kind of gives us a little bit of breathing room next year.
Mhm.
Because we, over 24, 25, we've sent off 23 payments.
Okay,
Um,
then that would cut that in half.
yeah, so, and we still kept the 10 on there.
You say it's 5 grand a year, right?
Well, he's charging us 5,500 for the first 2 audits, and then
Okay.
65 for the third. I don't know what his normal prices are.
So then where do we have money in this budget for next year's, for this?
That's what's in there, like the,
Okay.
yeah, because we've already paid one payment, we did another one by, and then this one, because we're
Okay.
budgeted this year for 10 as well for that.
Mhm.
Maybe then it'll go up.
And that's 65 for each side.
No, total. I'm gonna split those costs so that gives us a little bit more.
Because we had the money in last year for all 3 budgets, right, in last year's budget?
Uh-huh.
So that money should still be sitting there
Yeah,
safe.
more
So
or less,
this
yeah.
10,000 should just be to cover
Yeah.
this next year's audit. Okay. I have no notes or questions. It looks like everything we talked about last time was put in.
Yep.
Fine. Yeah. Very good.
I'm good.
I make a motion to accept the budget for 2026, 2027.
I'll say.
Sean, yes.
Jenny, yes.
Good job, Sean.
Yeah.
So then, can we go ahead and get things rolling to get a public hearing on June 30th? So,
Tomorrow, once I get the calls about the, let me do with the ODM first, just in case there's
Yep.
something that gets messed up where it's gonna affect everything. Let me get that, and I'll send out an email and we'll go from there.
okay. And then, do any of you have a problem if I call Steph tomorrow about? Okay. Okay. For some reason, I have pretty good luck with him answering my calls, so, and returning my emails, because he knows I send them every other day until he does.
Persistence has its place.
Oh, friendly persistence.
Yeah, the Midwest friendliness, you're like.
Yep. All right, so,
Yeah.
Item 7, consideration, discussion, and action on Midco diving paperwork.
Okay, the Minco diving is for our water tower. It is required that we, get our water tower done. Certain things every 3 years, every 5, 7 years, there's a couple different requirements for different things. We have not had our water tower looked at in probably 15 years, quite a while.
So,
we've been-
overview would be the word of choice.
We've been, talking with Minco for a while, but either too many irons in the fire at the time that we talk or discuss with them or whatever, or the board just puts it on hold or tables it or whatever in the past, so we've never been able to move forward on getting this done. Finances has been a big part of it, not that it, I know almost, 4,500, I think is a total, almost 4,300.
Now, does that include the repairs report?
No, those will be additional services.
Right, so that brings us up to about 5,600, I think?
Yeah.
So this will be on this
I wanna
year?
say 55.
Right.
If you do that.
This can be something that is done and paid for by a rig grant. So the price won't, that's an 80/20 rig grant. I know we can't guarantee on rig grants, but I'm just saying. When I was talking, they've called several times. They call about once a month to check in, see if it's something that we're still interested in. When I talked to Ben, the other day, he said, with this Midco diving one, cause I explained to him what our situation was about doing the budget and trying to get things aligned and straightened up, and with our audits just getting done or whatever, he told us that, with this Midco diving bid, the bid that is in front of you is good for 30 days. If we sign off on it and send it to him, we have up to a year to get it scheduled and done. And he said, and you don't pay for it until after the job is done, so it could be, depending on where we are at that year mark. If we don't get it done sooner than that, like if we get a rig grant or whatever, then we can schedule it out, and he can even push it another 6 months if it's a financial situation. But just to get us locked in on, this price.
So we have to pay for
Before it
that year,
changes.
right?
Yeah, we just pay for it,
Sorry,
it's
it has to
completely
be
done.
paid for the year.
Do we have that in writing?
Yeah, I can get it in email. He said that he can if we need it, but yeah. So I told him I would just present it to you guys, see if that's something that,
Pretty much on the front page.
Yeah, we have the proposal itself is valid for 30, but if we.
Right, but pricing remains unchanged. Signing within that time frame ensures the price remains unchanged, but doesn't say for how long.
Oh, I got you, okay.
for the rest of the conversation we're having.
Thank you.
I'm just really scared after, one of the previous contractors we contracted with, how things seem to change after the fact, so.
Yeah, I can have
So
it.
you got 30 days.
And once you're locked in, I guess, like you said, get it in some form of writing that it's good for 365 days from that 30-day mark.
So would this be paid out of,
I would think that
Assuming.
it would be, it's,
I
I
was
mean,
just
it's
curious of where it
utility.
is,
Yeah, it'd be
yeah.
utility.
It would have to
So
be
we
the
had-
utility side.
Okay, so then.
But in the
then-
cost of it, I mean, if a grant covers it, does the grant cover the potential differentiations like?
It's 80/20.
It'd be like
Right.
$560,
So we
So we have to
$540.
budget for it.
But,
if they don't.
like, for
No,
example.
that's where if it's a 80/20 grant, other than that extra 20 that we would,
80/20
Have to
grants,
cover
you
it.
have to cover it all up front, and then they give, and then they
and,
reimburse you.
and some of them, the tribe has offered to help us pay for stuff, like, Hampton's been talking to him about
Okay.
equipment. So that's also something that have to be discussed at the time as well, once we got the.
Mhm.
So this email is dated April 23rd.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is the same thing that you sent me, I just pulled this one up later.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so that we're, okay, so.
So it's
we-
like we're already
we
got
get
something
the
he
one
just-
in
yeah, he
writing
just-
with
Yes,
that.
with that on there,
He
yeah.
just forwarded,
I got
he
okay.
forwarded the same thing to me, so I just pulled it up on my old email to pull this out.
So
But I
make
can
sure
get
it's a
it.
new one that you
I will.
have, because this one he signed April 22nd, so.
Yeah, I could do that.
Well, and I mean, it's like, depending on how bad it is, this could be a potential can of worms opening it up. I
No,
mean,
this is
Literally.
Pandora's box.
yeah, that's because, I mean, it says here, anything over 3 inches, if there's any material at all at the bottom, that
Mhm.
they'll charge you an additional charge, it doesn't say on here.
Yep.
So,
Couldn't tell you how much of the additional charge.
yeah, is that hourly, is that by the chunk, you know what I mean, like,
But
$545.
the water tower can't go much.
it's not bad. I'm not being the wrong business with
Where's it gonna be on the budget?
I'm gonna learn how to dive.
Spencer, where will it be on the budget?
That's a very good question.
I like the only place I was seeing was the water testing.
Wherever that at.
The only,
Equipment repair is only $2,000.
Would that be part of the line because it's a tank?
well, yeah, then it would, yeah.
Could be, because that's the only place we can take it from.
Well, but I mean, it would fall under, like Sean said, it would be technically something in the line of line repair because
It's a line.
it's a line, it's just a real big one.
And I'm assuming that's,
Well, and there's also 6,100, that's for operations and maintenance.
That would fall under that as well. The money's there to pull as need be, depending on what the
so
severity
we just had to
is.
discuss it, so that's all. it is.
Right, well, and their flat rate deal coming in to look at it, if you read, it talks about that they go in and dive with a camera, we get that, we get all that data, we get all that.
EPA report and everything.
Well, we get the EPA report, but we also get the digital media of what they see when they go in the tank, so that's.
For grants. And then that way, if we come back to this next week and we approve it, then we could sign the papers to apply right then, couldn't we?
Well, there's no papers that it's all online.
Okay.
You know, it's nothing that you print out and submit or whatever. And, you have to have like all the funding and stuff lined up before them. Like when you go to submit it, everything has to be registered then.
Okay.
I remember asking me about.
So
So,
that's
yeah.
the line.
Yeah, so we'll have to actually apply
I
for
say,
it.
did you get a more
And they,
accurate?
that's
it's
one
right here.
right now, it opens up.
It tells you right here at the very back.
Yeah, but they already have hundreds of
Our
people.
water tower is 94,000 gallons and it's 95 feet high and 13 feet in diameter.
145 years
Cause like I said, it's been there since I was born.
Yeah, it's been a
That's
while.
been there 56 years.
So I think I had heard.
There's gotta be something with a date on it somewhere.
I heard somebody say to me something, and again, I'll have to fact check it, but 65. 'Cause I heard it's 65 years old. But by your math, that'd be just about
old.
right,
I just put no action on that.
you know?
Well, yeah, so,
Yeah, we can.
no action on this one?
Maybe we need an updated.
Yeah, we're gonna, yeah, I
Yeah,
got
I
it.
got, I got my.
No action for further details.
Okay. Any other conversation on the Midco diving paperwork? 8, adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Heather, yes.
Jenny, yes.
The reason I was asking was, because then we were discussing whether we find a grant or whatever, to have another one.
Thank you for coming.
So these
Yeah, hopefully I'll make them start making them every time.
real boom does if we can get another.
Yeah, but it is. Better take pictures for us.
If there's anything,
Was it obvious that it
was in there,
Oh,
if you
I
know
think
what,
it's just me.
I think that was
Yeah.
fall,
Yeah.
fall underneath our.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
You're good. I'll have
Something like
somebody
that.
else sign up the
I just know, I think that by the time, like, if we get,
Yes, is
if
this?
we try
Right?
to help us with some portions of it, and us, like, our portion would probably be
So
very, very
usually
small.
Brittney signs
If
before.
any at all, especially if they're out.
Okay, well, there was some.
Because they said that they would help us before, and then him, whoever we talked to at the tribe would help us as well. I was gonna have to look, I looked up everything that we were looking at. For equipment, but, the only problem at that time was just, we
Do you
had to
not
have
want to
everything
keep
up
that for
front.
next meeting, since
No,
she's
you-
not giving us the new minutes?
I'll leave it in there and they'll stay there.
It's all good to
Oh,
go.
sure, now, hold on, I've seen
Just
it.
sit on, if I take it to my house on it, I won't be able to find it by next week.
They have them, but they won't release it until they get this. So you sign it on your way out.
Yeah, from what I was reading, it was
Brittany?
on that, effort deal. It said that it was almost the average of the last 3 years, and
Can you
if we
turn
have
that
a
up to 78?
shortfall, as long as you're not under that in it, that all we have to tell them, now that's okay. Go
You said
with
pay
that.
for what, Brittany?
Right.
78.
At least that was
the gist of what I read.
I don't wanna go into it since obviously the meeting's over, but that did not make me happy. Just the way that was not handled, I guess I should say.
For duckweed, you didn't do a damn thing. Basically, when they tell you Roundup kills all
Well,
weeds,
in
they're
terms
lying
of
to you.
oh, you guys are gonna hire me an assistant?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh yeah, here's this.
We're also, we also.
It's kinda like Radar used to do.
Because.
You just sign here.
You can't afford
What is it?
$2,000
Just sign
to get the,
Yeah.
That was a good show.
the greens that way.
Yep.
I just wanted to let you know that. Now I gotta go home and put up all my toys.
Well, I have no, right there.
Just because I signed the check, but I'm not a board member.
They wouldn't pay my inheritance taxes every year. And she's like, well, we'll do it this way, that way the paper trail looks right. And I was like, oh, we'll just do this, and that's a more permanent fix.
Yeah.
So,
So can I ask where the job comes from?
the Job is actually my biological father.
Okay. So is your last name hyphenated, or you just do that on like socials and stuff just to have both of them
So,
on it?
I was 17 when I found out about my dad. And I went out to Washington State, met my sister. When she passed away, I had a lady reach out to me.